my beautiful Virgo, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for October 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your monthly reading for October. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But just to make you aware, October is going to be a pretty wild ride in terms of planetary alignments and occurrences. We have not one, but 2 eclipses that will affect the order of the energy this month. A solar eclipse, often referred to as the Ring of Fire, on the 14th of October. It will be visible for most to see in the Western Hemisphere. For some, it will appear as a partial eclipse, but for others, you'll get the full display. Now, eclipses are noted for affecting our mood and our behaviors. You may feel more sensitive than usual or feel like something is off. Maybe even your sleeping patterns may be disrupted during this time. It's generally a perfect time to withdraw though, recharge your batteries and reflect on your life path and make some major decisions to shake life up a little bit. Even spiders are known to dismantle their webs during a solar eclipse and rebuild them once the eclipse has passed. So the energy actually tends to affect us all in some way or another, or to some degree. Eclipses, they actually act as portals to explore other avenues in life. So if you're not happy in some area of your life, it's a perfect time for you to make some changes. They only become difficult, and I'm talking about eclipses, they only become difficult to deal with when we resist those changes that we know deep down we must do in order to move forward. Now, on the 28th of October, we have a partial lunar eclipse, which affects life-changing energy to usher in any of the decisions that you've been making to shake your life up a little bit. You'll see yourself evolve and transform in some way for the positive. Eclipses tend to have a bad rap for being negative, and they can influence abrupt changes, reversals, and U-turns that can make the everyday a little bit difficult. But on a positive note, it actually reminds us that we must be more flexible and ready for that one constant factor of life, change. Now also we have Pluto, the heavyweight planet of truth, going direct, and that occurs on the 10th of October. So you will witness some exposés, either on a personal level or on a global scale. Revelations, shall we say, or alternative agendas can bring uncomfortable truths. However, Pluto tends to bring our attention to these undercurrents in order to elevate us towards awakening closer to the light. Now, personally, anything that has been holding you back or hindering your path is automatically left behind as you emerge a brand new you this month with renewed energy and vitality. It's almost like a final push to detoxify and declutter your life in some way. This all takes place in the sign of Capricorn, which influences money, rules, regulations, and policies. So you may see major changes and power struggles in these sectors in the world over the coming months. Also, it is a perfect time to check in with and secure your finances. Download monthly statements as proof of your coins, should there be any gremlins in the system. It's also a perfect time to have confidence in your natural talents and abilities, to launch any new ideas, entrepreneurships, or side hustles, or even branch out if you're in business already, in order to become more financially independent. Now, in terms of love, The new moon is in Libra, and it's a very positive influence. If you're already in a relationship, any pressures will start to dissipate, and it'll reset your love life to get back on track and really remember why you fell in love with each other in the first place. And if you're searching for love, then Pluto actually helps in this area because it is in the 3rd house of communication. A perfect chance to put yourself in a position to meet someone new. But overall, it is a month of change, and it closes with the veil between worlds being the thinnest on Halloween, or Samhain to those who celebrate. It's a time to rejoice in the cycle of life, and in most cases it brings people together. The community rise during this time. Spiritually, you'll feel called to align yourself and make deeper connections to your higher self. And of course, your 2nd house of value is influencing you this month. So this is really about looking at situations where you feel like you give away your power, undersell your talents, or where people tend to underestimate you. You'll also feel more focused on your cash, property, budget, savings, pensions, and real estates. Leveling up is the name of the game, being a go-getter and achieving all that you deserve and desire and everything that you put your effort to. Now, of course, when you're looking at value, it's about the exchange. It's about making sure you're getting a reciprocal exchange for the effort that you're putting into your current circumstances. And anything that is not vibing with you right now, it's about cutting it out. And your 9th house, it actually takes over from your 2nd house, and that's all about the great quest for meaning. So you'll be communicating what you desire to the universe. It's really about committing to your life purpose. It's about reestablishing your connection to your higher self and to those around you. You may feel compelled to book a spiritual retreat during this time, or a cultural getaway, or even enroll in some sort of higher learning class. This is a time to look at the bigger picture and dream big. Also, the 9th house is all about your manifestations. You really get an opportunity to show the universe what it is that you're trying to envisage for your future, and the universe shall deliver. So let us get the final cards on your Celtic cross and see what is coming your way in the month of October. Now, they want me to go one more, so I will. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, I'm just going to clean your spread up a little bit because it just got a little bit messy there. I like to, as I'm shuffling the cards, just give you a little bit of information of what to expect, so that you're just not waiting there listening to me just shuffle cards. Your first cards here, though, are the 8th house and Mars. Okay, now the 8th house, of course, is endings bringing new beginnings. Some of you may feel compelled to develop your spiritual gifts during this time. I mean, it's a perfect card to get in the month where we have Halloween, or Samhain there. Mysterious energy. Some of you may feel compelled to submerge yourself in a documentary about the occult, or about UFOs or the unknown, exploring things that perhaps haven't been explored before. I definitely get a sense here that some of you may also be working really hard in secret on something. And I feel the big reveal won't come until later on in the year, but whatever it is you're working towards, it's going to be very, very successful. Now, when you do get this card as well, the 8th house actually connects to transforming your finances. It's really about looking at your endeavors, your acquisitions, and trying to increase those. And of course, your 2nd house and 9th house are actually influencing you, but you got the 8th house card. So some of you working really hard in secret, but also, transforming your finances in secret as well, to bring more stability and be a real powerhouse in your life. And also, we've got Mars. So you are definitely managing your stress levels this month, definitely looking at how you can channel any excess energy into healthier pursuits rather than let it be pent up and make you feel frustrated and stuck. It says here: anger, competition, fighter, leader, force, ambition, impatience, conquest, courage, and willpower. Okay, so this is really about completely having an overhaul or a revamp of your life in some way. And Mars is that go-getting spirit where you actually feel passion for what you do, and you are influencing your circumstances to take things to the next level. So you're going to have an increase in energy, increase in drive, motivation, and commitment to whatever it is that you are focused on during this time. Also, I feel you are going to be a little bit more focused on your health, especially in managing your stress levels. Now, of course, we do have the Devil card here, so there could be a bit of impatience, but I will pull a card on it. I definitely see here, though, that you are influencing your circumstances to bring a little bit more fun into your everyday. Okay, your first card is the Fool card, and that is your protagonist energy. So that is that element of wanting to have fun, wanting to open yourself up to new adventures, new paths, new classes, experience new people, circumstances. I feel like you're approaching this month with a brand new you energy. So some of you may even be launching ideas or businesses or projects or starting something that's going to be quite exciting. And I feel like you're in it for the long haul, whatever this is. The Fool card is about you taking a leap of faith. Now, looking at your cards, I feel something big has ended for you, and some of you may be worrying about that. I definitely see that something has been causing you a bit of a headache, or you're brainstorming something and you're trying to work out the next steps on how to action that. I mean, at the end of the month, we've got the Knight of Wands energy, so you are, determined for a new adventure, you're independent, you're very creative, you are passionate about what you do, you're also going to be very busy and productive. But I feel with the Tower and the Devil present in your reading, it indicates some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck and you know that something needs to change. And I feel this month, it's almost like you're making a pact with yourself that this month is going to be different. You're not going to be in a repetitive cycle. I feel like you're going to open yourself up because they're actually showing me a calendar right now in the water, and they're just showing me little dots appearing on the calendar. So I feel like some of you are going to have a lot of social events, or you're trying to open yourself up to like new hobbies or experiences where you can, shake up the standard every day. So there may be some new invitations that come through. This is going to be a powerful month for you doing things, because it looks like the way that they're showing me this calendar, and maybe you're listening to this reading as you're filling in your calendar, they're just showing me little dots. So it's telling me that there are occurrences happening on each of these dates, and it doesn't look like there's many dates free. So it does tell me that you will be busy, but in the best possible way. Okay. Now, the Fool card is a reminder to have fun. And I definitely see that you're embracing October with a bit more of a light-hearted spirit, because I definitely see that life has got a bit serious there. Now, at the end of the month, don't get me wrong, you're back to that serious energy of focusing on your responsibilities and hitting your targets, but I feel like you're approaching this fresh month with a new set of eyes. You have a lot of potential this month, and I feel, although you don't know what's coming, there are some really great things coming for you, and I feel like some of you are opening yourself to learn new skills, or you're taking a leap of faith, taking a risk on something new, and it's actually going to bring great rewards. I definitely get a sense, especially since you have the Star energy in the resistance position, like you got it in the reverse, that some of you have been really tested in some area of your life. Now, for example, some of you may be like, okay, your love life's not doing so good. However, your working environment's doing really well. Or you may be like, you got a wonderful, loving family, and you are wanting to find a soulmate, but you haven't quite found the person that you're looking for. It seems like the exchange is a little bit off. So some of you may be really thriving in one area of life, and then in the other you feel like it's suffering, or it's not as abundant as it could be. And I feel this month is about you recalibrating and readdressing the balance. So if you are looking for love, I definitely see that it's available to you. We will go and have a look at this a little bit deeper, but you're going to be very cerebral this month as well, is what I see. Some of you are searching for an answer, or you're trying to make a decision on something major in your life, and it's made you feel a little bit of analysis paralysis. So just watch out for that. I definitely see that you're going to get the answers that you seek. You're going to have major moments of clarity, and some of you are even going to have like a wake-up call moment in the month of October, where you see what's really important and what really is not important, and you focus on the things that make you happy, because I feel like anything else is kind of excess right now. The Star energy also indicates some of you are going through an intense period of healing, personal development, and personal growth. And I feel take the time that's necessary in order to do that. But some of you have started to lose hope in some area. I would watch out, because I feel with the cards that you got at the beginning and this Star card in the resistance position, along with some of the other cards that you got, like 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, We've also got a 10 of Wands here. Some of you, the pressure is really on, so make sure you get the rest that you need. It's very important. But also I get a sense here as well that some of you may feel not just a little bit impatient, but also there's a potential for a little bit of grouchiness, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. You know, I got to give you the energy that I'm being given. I don't often get that message. What they're showing me is it's extending from the fact that you have so much on right now that you're close to burnout. So just watch out for that, because I feel like you've taken a lot on, and it's almost like there's someone perhaps here who has unrealistic expectations of you, and you're trying to meet their expectations, or you're trying to work. I mean, it could be a boss, it could be a person in your family unit. It's almost like take the time that is necessary for you. Do things in the time that you feel you've got, because if you feel overwhelmed, then I feel there's this energy of brain fog, forgetfulness, frustration, and just being a little bit like critical of yourself. It's almost like you're not being critical externally, you're being critical internally. So just watch out, that energy is coming through. It's like, be a little bit kinder to yourself this month. I mean, be a little bit kinder to yourself in general, but I definitely see there's a potential for you to be extra critical on yourself or a situation, because I do feel like you may be a little bit more sensitive than usual this month. Okay, so it's just coming through. So if you found yourself at some point in October feeling a little bit overwhelmed, grouchy, or just really frustrated, have a look at your schedule and ask yourself, have I put too much on my shoulders? And if the answer is yes, then just streamline your schedule. You know, sometimes we can be very overzealous and say, right, I'm going to write these 10 things down. I want to accomplish these 10 things today. And then you only accomplish 3 of those things. And you're like, 7 of those things I didn't do. I can't believe it. I wasted my time. And even though you didn't waste your time and you didn't get those things done, I feel it's important to recognize that you got 3 major things done on your list. Next time, write a list that has 3 things on it and say, okay, I'm going to get these 3 things done. And when I've ticked all of those off my list, I'm going to feel really great that I accomplished those things. And maybe I've got some space for more, and see where you're at. And if not, take a break. Relax your body, relax your mind, because your mind tends to work overtime. So just watch out for that, okay? Now, also the star energy, some of you have been feeling a little bit let down, or just a little bit meh recently, okay? It's almost like I can't even put my finger on it. So maybe you can't even put your finger on it. You're working really hard. You're focusing on your goals and your tasks. You may have felt that life got a bit serious, but ultimately I feel there's something you've been wishing for, and it's just not happening, and it's just making you feel like just a little bit like deflated, okay? Now, you may have placements in Libra, because something came up in that reading for them that is a little bit connected, but it may just be the influence that we have because the new moon is in Libra, okay, this month. So perhaps that's the influence that's coming through, though. I definitely get a sense here that you're entering into a new phase of life where things are becoming more positive. I also get an energy here where you're going to have lots of new ideas, lots of inspiration. You're going through a major period of personal growth and development. I feel like you're leaving all confusion behind. And all that test energy, I feel also you are leaving it behind. I feel like you're aligning yourself with a goal or a wish, and it will be delivered. Also, I see some of you deciding to leave a position or a place where you feel you are not recognized for the efforts that you put in. So whether that's a friendship, whether that's a job, whether that's, something within your family unit, I feel like you're taking a step back, and some of you may actually be moving into new positions this month, new positions of responsibility. There may even be a promotional raise here if you're in a career environment, because you're going from the Fool card to the Emperor energy. And if some of you have come to this reading and you are currently looking for work because you feel there isn't anything out there for you, and you've been hoping for such a long time but nothing's being delivered, I definitely see something coming on in for you. It is at the end of the month, so I have to say that the beginning of the month just looks a little bit like austere, okay? I feel there may be talk of a new position coming in the month of October, but I feel like you don't really clinch the deal until the end of October. So, and it's something to celebrate, so congratulations is in order. Now also, we have the Judgment card. So a lot of you are focusing on your true calling, your true life's purpose, your mission in this lifetime. Now remember, we come to this lifetime with many missions. And you are a multitasker, so you may feel pushed and pulled a little bit in different directions, but things are going to get easier for you this month. This card indicates that sometimes, you know, our calling isn't our work. It isn't our job. It can be, you know, you're called to be a friend to someone who is really lonely. You have a calling to reach out and be someone who is an integral member to the community, or someone who is on social media who can help people in some way, or even work in healthcare so you can help people become their best selves. So I feel like you have many missions in this lifetime, and some of you have been trying to do it all. And it's worth noting that each time you are meant to step into one calling, you will know the energy to shift into that calling, and then the energy to shift into the other calling. Don't try to do it all at once, because you will burn yourself out, okay? Now, also with the Judgment card, it indicates some of you are really struggling to find clarity in some area of your life, and you're trying to like reach for a new life, or reach for something new in some way, whether it's a position, whether it's to try and find your soul tribe, whether it is trying to bring in more fun into your life. There's a self-evaluation period for you this month. I definitely get a sense here that you're going to get lots of second chances this month. So if you feel like you've missed out on an opportunity, or something passed you by, or even if you had an idea to go to a certain event and the date has passed and you're like, oh shoot, I missed the date. Suddenly a new date arrives and it's an opportunity for you to book it, go to it, enjoy it. So I would say keep your eyes peeled for anything that you feel like you've missed out on, because I feel like a boomerang, it's coming right back towards you, okay? Now also, some of you, if you've been feeling a lack of motivation, this is your second wind. I definitely get an energy here of things going from strength to strength. I feel you're going to have the energy, the tenacity and the drive to be bold, to come out of your comfort zone and do things that you've wanted to accomplish for some time. But ultimately, my guides won't let me put that down. They said I'm not finished with that card yet. The Judgment card is about leaving your old life behind. Okay, because often in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there are figures who are standing out of the coffins. So it's like, okay, I'm having a rebirth. Something isn't working. It's dead in the water. It's time to let it go. And now you're standing proud and listening to the message. So some of you, there may have been some sort of sign or message that you've been given, that it's not that you've been ignoring it. It may have been difficult to activate it or connect to it because life has been really busy. But this month is where you will focus on it. So if some of you are, you know, working really hard in some area of your life, but you have a calling to write a book, or calling to set up like a second stream of income, whether it's a course of learning online for someone to tap into so it brings you passive income. If you've been meaning to do it, but it's been on your mind and you've just been too busy to focus on it, October is the month where you start to make progress on it. So it's very, very exciting there. Also, you're being called to be connected to your spiritual self, to connect to your inner wisdom and your higher self there. The veil between worlds is the thinnest at the end of the month, of course, and the High Priestess at the end of your month, you know, that really stands to reason. You are a Virgo energy. You may receive lots of messages from people who have gone before. So these could be messages either from your spiritual guides, or it could be messages from family members who have passed. So look out for that. Let me see if I can tap in and see if what kind of symbol or sign they're giving you. They're showing me a dream catcher. Okay, a dream catcher. And they're showing me that they're right by your side, hoping that you are aware of their presence, because they're elevating towards your dreams. They want you to accomplish, and you will accomplish. And they stand strongly beside you. So you're going to see lots of images of dream catchers this month. I mean, you may even have one, or you may have just thought to buy one, or you may be gifted one, or maybe as your birthday month has just passed, maybe you were gifted one. There's something about a dream catcher, okay? Dream catchers, they tend to be modeled on spider's webs, which is good luck, okay? So I feel if there's been something that has been a bit of a nightmare in your world, or has been really bugging you or causing you a lot of tension, I'm just getting an energy that it's going to be taken away, because that's what a dream catcher is. It captures the nightmares in order to allow the good dreams in. So I feel that's a sign for you. So look out for that, okay? Also, the High Priestess, some of you are going to be more spiritually minded, of course, as I said here with this first card there, it's an indication that some of you are going to be interested in the mysteries of the world, things that are unexplained. So you may watch lots of documentaries that are unexplained, or, you know, just submerge yourself in your own energy. This is a period where you are blossoming and doing things that you love for you. So I feel like you're really reconnecting to you and reestablishing your connection with things that perhaps you loved doing for quite some time, but maybe you lost touch with or disconnected from. And we are moving into the Emperor energy, which means you are going to be very successful, very organized. Yes, you are still going to be very busy. You have lots of responsibilities and tasks to adhere to, but what you start, you finish. So I definitely get a sense that you're going to step back at the end of October and be really proud of yourself there as well. Also, the Emperor card is about structure. So some of you maybe need a little bit more structure in your world. You may be looking at your schedule, trying to simplify it so that you have more time for you, or try to be more time efficient so that you have more time to do things that you love. And with the Emperor energy, I also see a lot of you, if you're wanting to step up in your career, there's a promotion and a raise available to you. This position comes with status and power, but also with more responsibility and work. So there's going to be a lot of administrative tasks that go with this as well. And whilst it is rewarding in terms of your emotional fulfillment, make sure that the financial exchange is worth the amount of extra work that you're going to be taking on, because I do see it being a lot. You've got a 10 of Wands here and an Emperor, and that mix can indicate that you may feel a little bit overburdened or fatigued. So just watch out there, okay? Now getting to your, they want me to mention also, some of you with the Emperor energy, some of you may be launching a new business. You may become an entrepreneur, or, you know, a CEO, or you may level up in the next stages of some sort of career. It's a really good move. It does mean that you are going to work a little bit harder, but because you enjoy what you do, it's just going to feel fulfilling, okay, is what they're giving me there as well. Now, the starting position, 2 of Wands, waiting. You have a lot of ambitious energy, but some of you are feeling a bit restless, okay? Now, this could be that you want to get moving on a project, but you feel there's a delay, or you have to wait for the right moment. Also, some of you are expecting something that hasn't arrived yet. Now, this could be something to do with the post. They are showing me there is a delay, and there may be some sort of drama with this package or envelope or post, whatever it is you're waiting for. Unfortunately, I hate giving this message, but I do see that there's either some sort of miscommunication, or this post gets delayed or lost. It will eventually get delivered, but it's like it goes on a bit of an adventure that you didn't bank on it going on. So if, for example, you were told it would arrive on Tuesday, it may arrive the following Friday because it either got lost in the system, or got delivered to the wrong place, or you were out and they tried to deliver, or they rang your doorbell and the doorbell didn't work, so you didn't know they tried to deliver. There's something there about a package having some sort of delay. So just watch out for that, especially if it's time sensitive. Maybe you want to pay a little bit extra for shipping. Actually, I see it happening on both. So, you know, I have to say, if you spend the extra money, it probably will get there like a day earlier. There's something here about some sort of delay going on with communication, so watch out for that. That could also be in terms of an email, but I'm seeing it more as hard copy mail or packages. So if you're purchasing a gift for someone's birthday, for example, get it in early, because I feel like you may be disappointed that it doesn't get there in time. Now, also moving on from that energy, because that's very precise, 2 of Wands is having to make a decision, having to make a choice, and you're looking at your options. Also, some of you are mapping your progress because you're planning for the future. You're trying to work out where you're at right now. So you're looking at your 5-year plan and you're going, okay, this is where I am. This is what I've accomplished. What do I need to do next in order to get to where I want to go? Okay. When you get this card, it means that you are engaging more deeply in the process of envisaging something new. And because you have lots of cards here of new beginnings, I definitely see that you're tapping into the next stages of making a step in some direction. Now, new beginnings, they don't have to be like you're leaving your job or leaving your home. They can be that you are deciding to have a lifestyle change, or change your diet up in some way because you feel like there's a food substance that doesn't agree with you. There could be a new way of you embarking on connecting to your neighbors, or, so there's lots of potentials for new beginnings this month. But the Two of Wands can indicate that some of you are trying to remain flexible. You're trying to get started on a project, but there's something that you're yearning for, okay? This card also will sort of underline to you that the universe will bring you what you need, and that you are actually in a perfect situation for you to attract what you desire. You are already making progress, and you should be proud of the journey that you've had so far. There is more to come. There is the best yet, okay? Now, we do have the Five of Wands. It's in the resistance position. Now, your starting positions are all about wands. So this is about your energy. So some of you are looking at food substances that perhaps drain your energy, people who drain your energy, circumstances that drain your energy, even your commute. You may be looking at it like, oh gosh, it really like drains my energy to have to stand up on the subway, on the train, all, through to my stop. And, by the end of the journey, you're feeling more exhausted. So I feel like you're trying to approach things in a different way this month in order to recalibrate your energy and save your energy. That's why I'm getting this energy saving thing coming through here for you. Now, the Five of Wands, typically it's all about brainstorming. Okay, it's about, creative brainstorming, trying to make a decision and, trying to see every eventuality so you can really connect to a certain outcome and go, that's the path I want to take. The Five of Wands can also indicate some of you are in training. So you may be working really hard towards something, or you feel like, some of you are literally at college or class training on something, and you're going to pass an exam that helps you move towards your goal a little bit closer. Some of you may be worrying about this and you're wondering if you should pause it or if you should delay it. Some of you may have gone through some personal circumstances where you want to just wait it out until you feel a little bit more clear in your mind. Do what's right for you, but I definitely see that you're ready. The Hangman does say take a bit of a pause or see things from a different angle. I definitely see you may sacrifice a date in order to rebook something in the month of October there as well. Now, for the rest of you who are not in class or college or university, the Five of Wands indicates that some of you have been feeling a little bit challenged in some area. And when you get it in this position, it indicates that this month there will be harmony. Problems will be solved. I definitely get a sense here that you're recalibrating your energy and that you are going from strength to strength. You may come across somebody in particular who likes to push your buttons, okay? So just watch out for that. I see this person, it's like they try to abuse their power in a situation. Now, this could be a boss, or it could be someone who is in a position to help you with something. So for example, because they're giving me strong Emperor energy, if you're going to get advice from somebody or you need advice from somebody, like sometimes you'll call up on the phone and say, I need to speak to this department about this. I need to discuss my bill or that. There may be someone who's just a job's worth, who's really going to try and push your buttons. They don't care about their position. They are just doing the bare minimum to get by. And this may frustrate you. So just watch out for that. I feel patience is called for on your behalf. I feel... Thanks so much. I'm so grateful. I feel there's this energy about this person that nobody cares and that they're just on a call center energy. That's what it may not even be a call center that you're dealing with. It may be a person that you're having to deal with. It's almost like whoever this person is, they have the knowledge to help you, but at the same time, they're having difficulties in their own life. And what I'm being given here is, as soon as you connect to this person and you're going to feel their energy, ask them how their day is going. Ask them how they are. And I feel typically you do that anyway, my beautiful Virgo, but that will soften this person. And then they'll almost bend over backwards to help you because they see that you actually care. And they deal with a lot of people who don't care, who just want the information. So just watch out for that. That's coming through there briefly as well. Now, the fact that the Five of Wands is crossing there, I definitely see that you're disconnecting from anything that drains your energy and trying to find a healthy outlet for your excess energy, because some of you may decide to hit the gym or go for a run or, do something creative that gets that energy out, because I feel like there's a lot of pent-up frustration here, and I definitely see that some of you need to relax, especially since we've got the Ten of Wands in the below position and we've got the Hangman as an opposing position. So that can indicate some of you are, really busy. You're being pushed and pulled in many different directions and you need to take a little bit of a rest. Don't get me wrong, this month is going to be busy, but I feel like some of you are trying to close out projects or cycles. So for example, some of you, especially with the Knight of Wands at the end of your chart, it can indicate some of you have planned a vacation and you need to get all the stuff done before you leave for vacation. So you may feel a little bit overwhelmed, but the reward is you get to take a breather and have a relaxing time when you go on holiday. Some of you may even have to train somebody to do the position that you're doing right now. And I feel, looking at that, you may worry whether this person will be able to do a good job. Let me see the energy. They'll make an effort. They will make some mistakes. They will miss some things that you will have to redo when you get back. But ultimately, their heart is in the right place and they are trying, but they're just not up to the standard or caliber that you are for a position. And I feel that will not go unnoticed by those in positions of power around you. And if you work for yourself, I definitely get an energy that there may be some tasks that you will not be able to complete because you can't do it all. Tomorrow is another day, and it can be one another day. So just watch out for that, trying to do it all. Now, I just want to pull a card on this Ten of Wands because it does mean that a lot of you are doing a lot of decluttering this month. Now, this could be around the home space. It could be in your love life. It could be in your family life. It could be in your working environment. Or it could just be that, you want to do a bit of gardening. You just want to declutter the backyard. Or, I definitely get a sense here that you are clearing space. Okay, now this could be emotionally. Some of you are saying goodbye to emotions, relationships, or situations that you've outgrown, that no longer belong in your life. These experiences, whilst they're important, they shaped who you are and how you respond to things. I feel they no longer have power over you, so you're doing a lot of soul searching and you are reestablishing your power there. But the Ten of Wands does indicate that you are clearing space for new beginnings. Some of you just watch not taking on too much work, because I do feel like you'll be overloaded and burnt out, and I feel like you're close to burnout. You're a very strong person, okay? It's almost like you always get by holding it all together with a big old smile on your face. There may be an occasional grouch, but ultimately, you're doing a really good job. But sometimes people do not see that you have the world on your shoulders, and they expect more, or you feel sometimes that you can do more. But I want you to recognize healthy boundaries are important this month, okay? Because I definitely see that there is a potential here for you to be completely exhausted. And also, I would say watch your immune system, because especially with the Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords energy, and the Ten of Wands, that's telling me that some of you, there is the potential there for a seasonal cold. When you're on the go all the time and then you take a break and then suddenly you get that cold. It's that kind of energy. So keep your defenses high, okay? We got the Ten of Cups. So Ten of Cups is, you're someone who has a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. You try to make sure everyone in your family unit is happy, that they're fulfilled. Make sure you leave a pocket of energy for yourself, okay? But the Ten of Cups indicates that you're working towards a happy life, one of serenity, peace, good fortune, and well-being. And it's almost like I get this energy like, if I do all the work right now and I make it happen, then I can either retire early, or I can really try and get my abundance earlier. And if you're retired already, some of you have a lot of family responsibilities that you feel you want to do. And of course you will do them because you love your family, but also there may be something that you want to do for you. And if you keep putting it back, it can start to build up and make you feel a little bit frustrated, and you start to resent the fact that you don't have time for you. I know a lot of retired people who just have a fuller life than I do, and I work a couple of jobs, and I try to see my friends, and I try to remain fit and active and do all the things. And, they have a much more crazy life than I do because they're always doing so much. So just because you're retired doesn't mean that you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs going, maybe I should take a cruise. Yeah, no, that's not retirement at all. There are some misconceptions about that. So I definitely see whether you're retired or not, you're going to be super busy this month. And ultimately it is going to be rewarding because sometimes you can sit back and look at everything that you've accomplished and be really proud of yourself. And I definitely see that you are going to be very proud of yourself this month. Now, this card also indicates a lot of you are going to do some decluttering around the home space, and you're going to create a sanctuary for you and your family. But also the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Cups indicates hard work, hard won rewards. Okay, so I feel like you are going to have a lot of prosperity headed in your way, but I feel some of you are trying to find an alternative approach to your working environment just to simplify things so that you don't have to always be like pressurized. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here for you. Now we do have a Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is in the past position. Now the Queen of Cups is all about emotional security. It's about self-care, self-love, and taking time to heal. So some of you have been neglecting your own needs, and I feel there's this energy here of you checking in with yourself, making sure that you're a bit more compassionate with yourself as well. And you are actually a healer, and you may be discovering those gifts about you, and you may actually channel that into business in some way, or you may actually, be there. I definitely see that you're there for family members all the time. But the Queen of Cups is like, you may be a little bit more sensitive than usual. You are someone, I'm also picking up, you're someone who has a lot of empathy, and there's someone, I'm just going to pull a card on it, there's someone in your immediate circumstances who's feeling very, very lonely and very, very lost, and they may come towards you this month. We got the 5 of Wands there. Thank you so much, Spirit guys. Interesting that you're getting the same sort of cards, the 2 of Cups. Thank you so much, Spirit guys, great angels. Queen of Cups showing up again, and the Hangman. Okay, now this person, as I said, they're feeling very lost and very lonely. They're in your immediate circumstances. So that means, when I say that, I mean they're very close to you. Someone who is very close to your heart. They're going through a bit of drama or a bit of a difficult time, and they're looking for a new perspective. So they're going to come to you for advice. Okay, you may be very, very busy, and you may initially think, you know what, I'm too busy to give this advice, or I'm too busy to pause. This person, they really need your input. Okay, so just watch out for that. This person's really struggling. Now, I know there's the 2 of Cups there. It doesn't mean it's a lover, it doesn't, or an ex or anything like that. I mean, it could be a partner if you're in a high level commitment, but it could also mean someone who's very dear to your heart. They require your understanding and love. Okay, so just watch out for that, especially since you've got the Queen of Cups again. They just need an ear to listen to, okay? And you are a very good friend. You're such a wonderful person, my beautiful Virgo. So moving on from that energy, with the Queen of Cups, some of you are developing your spiritual gifts. You may channel your sensitivity into trusting your intuition, or book a class in order to develop your spiritual gifts in some way. I'm just going to use a different deck because this deck is going to give me a fresh perspective on this Queen of Cups for you. Because the Queen of Cups is to feel comfortable in your own skin, to do some spiritual work that can, make you fall in love with yourself again. The World card. Okay, so they're indicating with the World card that some of you are making it your goal to put your emotional needs first, to recognize when you're feeling extra sensitive, that there is something a little bit off that needs to be readdressed in your world, and to pay close attention to it. Also, I definitely see that you are being very busy, very goal-oriented and productive this month, and I feel like you have a dream of success, and that success is going to happen. Okay, I definitely see you being very successful, being very rewarded. But the World card is really about all elements coming into balance. That fire, that air, that earth, and that water energy all coming into balance, because you have all the resources you need within you. Earth is all about your plan, your grounding, the effort that you put into things, and of course your finances. to live and pay bills. Of course, water is all about your dreams, your goals, how you feel about things, to trust your intuition because it will never lead you astray. Then you've got air, which is like your incredible mind, the ideas and thoughts you have, how you communicate those and how you communicate with others. And also we have fire, that passion, that tenacity, that drive, that commitment and self-discipline to get to where you want to go. And you have it. You have all of it. So I definitely see this as a very promising month for you to, accomplish whatever it is you are focused on at this time. And also I get a sense here that you're tying up loose ends, any projects that you start are sort of finished, and then we get the rest. So the Hangman energy is to take a pause. Some of you may have been feeling a little bit in limbo, but you are going to get clarity this month about the next steps on your journey. Pay close attention. I just noticed that this, it's not 100% like a dream catcher, but for some reason it's reminding me of a dream catcher. Is there anything dream catcher like in this? No. It's kind of reminding me a little bit like a dream catcher, even though, if I turn it on its side, it's like the infinity sign there. But the Hangman is really about the sacrifice. And you sacrifice a lot of your time and your energy for those that you love, also for your goals, and you put a lot of effort in. So some of you may be feeling frustrated that perhaps you're not further along on your path, or you feel that other people who are less talented or gifted than you are in a position of power and you should be there. Remember, everybody has their path, and just when you're arriving at your destination and your success, they may be in decline. They may have peaked too soon. So we all have different journeys, and I feel like you are recognizing that your journey, whilst it is not a completely linear one, it is taking you to where you need to be. Okay. Also, the Hangman is to pause and rest and recharge your batteries, and it's almost like see life from a different perspective. I definitely get a sense here that you're being asked to surrender to the process, because a lot of you have been, very pressurized, and I feel the universe is trying to teach you a lesson of relaxing in order to, allow the universe to deliver some goodness towards you. I feel like you've worked really hard, you put the effort in, then step back. It's that yin and yang energy, that masculine, feminine energy, where with the masculine energy, you drive towards whatever it is that you want. And then the feminine energy is to then receive the goodness. If you think about the Emperor energy and the Empress, the Emperor is about the plan, the structure, taking the necessary steps to influence your circumstances. And then we've got the Empress, which is to sit back and enjoy the fruitfulness of everything that you have nurtured towards fulfillment. Now, also with the Hangman energy, it does remind you, relax, you got this. I feel like you will know when it is time to act. So if you're waiting for something, waiting to launch something, or waiting for news, it will come in divine timing. I'm going to pull one more card on that Hangman, because I do feel like you're waiting for something. The Eight of Swords, it's like some of you may feel that you're stuck without it. And that could be love. It could be a piece of information. Okay. Queen of Swords is to get clear on what you want. It is also to get organized, to make a decision, to have clarity of purpose. You need to have a purpose. You need to feel like you are adding value to a situation. Otherwise, you may feel like your world gets turned upside down, or you feel a little bit in limbo, or you just feel like you're drifting. And I feel this month, though, you know exactly the strategy that you're taking, and it's really important, healthy boundaries. Okay, you are someone who's trying to become self-sufficient, whether that's in terms of a career, or whether you're trying to establish more independence within a family unit or a relationship. I definitely see that you're in a really good position to establish yourself the way you want to. Now, in the near future, we do have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so Eight of Swords is an energy of feeling a bit stuck. So this month, as I said, towards the end of the month, this is where things get a little bit easier for you. But the Eight of Swords is like you may be looking at your limits, and I feel like you're smashing through those limits. It's like if there's a glass ceiling in your life in some way, I feel like you are observing it to see how you can move through it. So whether that's in a career environment, whether that's you feel underestimated or undervalued in some area of your life, I feel like you're really seeing it with clarity, and you're liberating yourself from it, okay? Now, some of you may have had a bit of brain fog recently, or you may have felt really scattered. Some of you may have felt a little bit forgetful because of the amount of pressure that's been on. But this card is really about gaining new vision. It's about sometimes we can't see readily what is in front of our eyes, but we have a hunch that something is off. You know, the Eight of Swords in this deck here, there's a figure, she's bound, she has a blindfold, and she is being asked to trust her intuition, develop spiritual gifts, and that's what you're doing. You're developing your intuition, so it is heightened. I'm just going to see why, okay? Eight of Swords. What is it that my beautiful Virgo has to be on alert for? What do they need to be aware of? The Two of Pentacles. This is really about anybody who is really indecisive or inflexible or a little bit wishy-washy coming into your world, especially if it's love, okay? It's like, when you know, you know. So if anyone is like umming and ahhing about whether they are in the relationship or not in a relationship, you know, you got your answer there, I think. Of course, everything's not just black and white. So if anyone is struggling with something and they're like, can we just like take a break or a pause so we can recalibrate? They may need some space. But at the same time, check in with the energy, because if intuitively you feel this doesn't feel good, then I feel like you're disconnecting from it. Two of Pentacles also can indicate you've got some options, you've got some major decisions to make this month, and you're weighing up those options. And with the Two of Pentacles there, it's like create balance in your world, because if you are multitasking and you're not giving yourself an option to, you know, have a pause in order to allow the answer to be delivered to you, then you know you're going to remain stuck, you're going to remain clouded. The Devil, so you've got the Devil over here as well. So it's like, don't obsess. Sometimes we just don't have the answers, and sometimes the hardest thing in life is to keep moving forward without answers. You know, many years ago, someone treated me horrifically in a relationship, and this is not a love reading or anything like that, but I'm just giving you the circumstance because they're showing me it in the water right now. I don't like to be reminded by it, but you know, at the same time, I'm past it now, so it's okay to talk about. But they treated me horrifically in a relationship. I loved this person. I loved the ground that person walked on. I worshipped their energy, and you know, I thought they felt the same, and I couldn't fathom how they could treat me so badly. And for months and months and months, I was like, why? Why do they do that? I'm a good person. I never did anything to that person. You know, I just love them. I tried to understand. I tried to, you know, all of these things. I asked why. It almost drove me insane asking why. Many thoughts. Why did they do that? Why did they say that? Maybe they didn't mean that if they've done this. You know, all those things where we overthink. And it leaves us in, you know, analysis paralysis. And I never got the answers. Even when I asked that person, why? Why did you do it? They were like, I don't know. And I was like, well, that's not an answer. That's still not an answer. Sometimes we got to get comfortable in life with not knowing the answers. It sets us free. It really does. And it took me a long time to get to that. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but they're showing me that there. So the Devil card and the Two of Pentacles can indicate that there is a temptation to have the best of both worlds in some area of your life. But is it fulfilling? And if the answer is yes, then of course have the best of both worlds. But because we got the Justice card, it's like, be honest with yourself. The Justice card is like, you need to make a decision on something. So for example, if you've got two streams of income, right, and you're working really hard, you're spreading yourself thin, and you feel that you're not giving the best of yourself to both situations, and you feel that eventually it's going to catch up with you, then it's time to make a decision. Take a step back from one, focus on the other. And then when the time is right, you can then move and focus on the other one as well. So I feel it's really about balance. Also, I just want to see if this is a person for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? No, it's really about options. Seven of Cups. Okay, Seven of Cups there. It's really about what you focus on. So some of you may have been feeling a bit scattered, or you may feel overwhelmed with all the things that you have on your plate right now. And that could be bills, it could be job situation, it could be family problems, it could be worry about a certain circumstance, maybe you're worried about your path. Whatever it is, because this is showing up for me as, you know, having to make an option or make a choice on an option and you're a little bit worried or a little bit like lost as to which path to take a pause. Envisage yourself on each path. Okay, so imagine this Seven of Cups. There's 7 options, right? So if you imagine this laurel wreath right there, and you're like, okay, if I took that path, how would it feel? And if it feels really good, remember that. And then you look at the path that has all the jewels and the diamonds, and then imagine that path and how you would feel about that. And if you're like, that feels better, okay, so let's dismiss the laurel wreath and focus on the jewels. And if you see the tower over here, and you're like, how does that feel? Well, that feels better than all of them put together. Then focus on that. So I feel like you are really, it's not like baby steps, but it's like really getting clear on what you want before you venture forward and connect to it. Because some of you may be searching for direction, or some of you, because I feel like you actually know where you want to go. I feel like you know the target, you know the goal, you know what you want to achieve, but it's how do you get there? And that's when the Hangman comes in. It's like, don't worry about how you're going to get there. Put one foot in front of the other. The universe is going to orchestrate things behind the scenes to make sure you're on the right path. But just take the first steps, okay? Now, we do have the Nine of Swords. And this is in your current position, almost as an advice to yourself. Now, the Nine of Swords tends to be about shifting negative self-talk, to be more compassionate with yourself, to, see that some of you may have anxiety or you're fearing a certain path, but this is a call to have faith. Okay, so also I would say definitely get better sleep, because some of your sleeping patterns are a little bit off right now, or you're worrying about something's keeping you up, concerned. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a card there on this one. I'm sending you a huge hug out there, my beautiful Virgo, because looking at your chart, some of you are a little bit worried. You may be feeling a little bit uncertain about your path, but looking at your path, it ends in the Knight of Wands. More energy, more passion, being a goal-getter, achieving your goals, opening yourself up to new adventures, and the start of something really exciting. And some of you, if you've got a deadline and you're worrying whether you're going to hit it, you are going to be right on target, okay? The Temperance card, balance. Also, the Temperance card connects to your sense of meaning and purpose. So it's like some of you may be up all night wondering why. Why does this happen in the world? What's your purpose? How do you fit into the world? How do you fit into your friendships? What's next that's coming in? I feel like there's lots of ideas and thoughts hitting you before bedtime. So make sure you take a quality pause even before bedtime, like switching off a cell phone or putting it away just before, 10 minutes before your bed. So you're not even looking at it or anything. And then you're just like, we have the Temperance card and the Knight of Swords. So some of you are trying to make some big changes in your life, and you have a goal. You do have, I feel that whenever you get a Knight in a reading, it means you have the outcome in sight. You know where you want to go. It's just getting there. Now, the Knight of Swords can indicate that some of you are responding differently to challenging situations, that you're trying to find balance, you're adapting to a new way of thinking or behaving, or you're responding to somebody or something in a different way that will change everything, change the process, okay? Also, with the Knight of Swords, I feel the pace is going to get a little bit quicker at the end of the month, because I feel there has been a bit of a lull, and I feel like you're being asked to be patient at this time. Really interesting, because one of your first cards has impatient. Okay, so I really feel you're being asked to be patient. And also, I would say, if anyone's trying to pressurize you into signing anything or moving forward quickly on something or making a decision on something, slow it down. And also, I would say, because you've been living quite a fast-paced environment before this slowdown energy that's happening in your chart, I would say you don't want to miss anything, so slow down a little bit. We've got the 2 cups there on the Temperance card, which means you're mixing things up a bit. Some of you are trying to make one thing become another, and I feel like you will move towards prosperity with this. I feel like it will work for you, but it's been hard. And I definitely see that you will liberate yourself, especially since, and I'm loving the fact that you've got the Devil card. Now, nobody loves the Devil card, right? It is an important card. It's not an evil card. It is a card to highlight where you feel stuck in your world, where you feel truly helpless to change your situation. Okay, now for some of you, it could be that you're addicted to something or somebody, or you have a lot of pressure on yourself right now and you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed and anxious. For some of you, it can mean you're trying to control a situation that is not controllable, and you have to release, surrender to the process, and you'll see it work out the way that it's meant to, in a really positive way, because the outcome is really positive. Okay, the Devil card is a card that can indicate some of you are trying to launch something and you're nervous. You're feeling fear, anxiety, doubt. Okay, the Devil card energy can be like you identifying the root cause of what is bothering you in order to change it or look at it in a different way and resolve it. But ultimately, you're resolving any problems this month as well. But what I love about it is you've gone from the Devil card to the Tower. So the Devil card is to be stuck, to be helpless in a situation, and the Tower is to liberate yourself and to take a leap of faith. And there's your leap of faith. You're approaching the month with that leap. So I definitely get a sense here that things are working for you, not against you. And the Tower energy is like a breaking down of anything that's not solid or anything that's not working for you. It's a liberation energy. Some of you, as I said, you've been feeling like you've been going round and round in circles, repetitive cycles. The Tower can represent a prison where you feel very isolated in your circumstances. It's the same old thing, just a different day. And you want to break out. You want to, have a bit more fun, more spontaneity into your world. Some of you are yearning for a new adventure. And that's definitely coming through there for you. And that could be in the form of a vacation or a new position or even a new friendship. So I definitely get an energy here that this month is all change for you. Now, I want to pull a card on that Tower because the Tower can indicate some of you are feeling a bit isolated. Okay, and thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. I feel that you are going to connect to a hobby or something that you're passionate about that will put you in the path of meeting new people. So, Four Swords. Four Swords is to pause. It is to rest. It is to meditate or think about something, to find clarity. This month is a big month for you about finding clarity, but it's like take time for a break, because if you won't, your body will make you take a break. And that can be in the form of a really nasty cold, or you feel really run down. I just want you to be aware of that. But I feel it's to be aware of your effort and how you overgive. It's almost like there's a pause before action. For the Knight of Pentacles come through, it indicates that you're making a big effort. You have to be realistic with your goals, and you're determined to succeed in some area, and you will succeed. Okay, I definitely see that your stamina and dedication is going to get the effects that you desire. Things will pay off for you. Your efforts are definitely making prosperity come in your way. But ultimately, it's like slow things down, because the Knight of Pentacles is to be a slower energy. You've just come from a Knight of Wands energy to a Knight of Pentacles, which is to slow down a little bit more. Now, your outcome energy, oh yeah, also they're giving me an energy that's something that you're avoiding doing. Okay, you have to face it this month. So whether it is a project that you've been thinking about setting up or launching, you have to face it this month, or you will face it this month, and you're going to be so glad that you did. Whether it's you have to cut something out or you have to make that call, I definitely see you're going to be very busy, having lots of calls, emails, and things like that this month. But I feel anything that you've been avoiding, I don't feel like you can avoid it this month at all. I want to just see the Tower and the Devil together before I go to your outcome energy, because Page of Cups. Okay. I was just getting a shock energy coming through, and I just want to see what that is. The Page of Cups, so the High Priestess, and the Six of Cups. Okay. There is a potential for someone from your past to return, or a friend to reveal feelings for you. Okay. That's what's coming through there heavily. Page of Cups is, a surprise love coming in, but it can also be a surprise opportunity to do something that you love. There's definitely a surprise, and it's a good surprise. I want you to be aware of that. Pages, they often bring news that you were not expecting. And we have the High Priestess. It is especially for you. That's a Virgo card right there. But also, intuitively, I feel You kind of know this, okay? And the Six of Cups is often an indication that the universe is bestowing good things upon you. It can also indicate that some of you hear from a friend who owes you money, who will pay it back. I hear a lot of you saying, that'll be the day. But I definitely see that happening there as well. Now, your outcome energy, we've got the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups is things are difficult. Okay, some of you have felt disappointed. There may be shortages or difficulties that you're experiencing, but the Five of Cups really is about allowing the sadness to ebb and flow, allowing your emotions to be as they are. You know, we're told many, many times, be positive. You know, in order for manifestation to really work for you, you have to try and be positive. And that is true to some degree. But if you bottle up all your feelings and try to be positive all the time, you're actually ending up hurting yourself. It's really important to acknowledge all aspects of your emotions. They're there for a reason. When we feel anger, it's good to let it out. Whether you channel it into a healthy, it's probably better to channel it into a healthy way of existence, shall we say. But, you know, it has to be channeled. It has to be let out. Otherwise, it's going to remain inside. If you feel like crying, you know, after a good cry, I feel the pressure is completely off, right? It's like, woof, okay. And now where am I at? Now can I get some clarity? Let's take the pressure off and start thinking. So if you've had a lot of pressure on your shoulders, which I feel whoever this is for, my beautiful Virgos, because it may not resonate for everyone, but I definitely see the pressure is going to be off. So let me just clarify that Five of Cups for you. Getting clarity and moving on. Yeah. So the King of Swords is some of you are trying to think about a new plan or action, a plan there, and you will take action on it, but you're getting clarity, okay? Also, especially if this is to do with finances, I feel like, you know, you are really smart, you're very intelligent, and you will find a way out of your circumstances. Don't ignore any bills that come in there. I'm just going to pull a card also before I leave the reading about finances for you, because although your second house of value is there, you've got no pentacles. So I feel some of you, you've got other things in your mind right now. Money, of course, is important. We all need to pay the bills. But with the King of Swords there, this is an energy that you're trying to get clear on something, or you're trying to organize something, or you're trying to be really honest with yourself and cut things out that would affect your future, okay? And the Eight of Wands indicates you're moving away from that. There's some sort of good news, something that you envisage for the future is heading in your direction, and it's really positive. Eight of Wands means you are actually right on track. You're heading in the right direction, and there's success, and you're going to be in the flow. I feel things are just going to pick up real pace at the end of the month, okay? We've also got the Page of Pentacles. There's your Pentacles. You do have Pentacles. So this is financial news, and it's good news, okay? If you've lost out on anything, I feel like it gets recalibrated. Some of you may be frustrated about an unexpected bill that comes in, or you have to unexpectedly pay out for something. That may be a little bit frustrating, but I feel like the money comes back in. Okay, so just watch out for that. If you are looking for a new job position, I feel like something you've applied for is actually going to come back around and it's yours. There's going to be more money than you expected, which is wonderful. But the Page of Pentacles, it basically means your commitment to prosperity and seeing tangible success, undeniable evidence that your hard work is paying off and that your dreams are grounded in a reality. Some of you, this is the start of a new project, and it's going to be very rewarding and fulfilling, and it's going to bring in long-term money, okay? And if you are retired, for example, some of you with the Page of Pentacles, I definitely see that you're looking at your finances and being very practical with the finances that you have and making a little go a long way, okay? With the Five of Cups, I feel some of you may hear of a friend. I mean, I've already mentioned this. There may be a friend who's going through some difficulty, or a friend who's going through a bereavement there as well. And I feel like you're going to be a really good friend to this person, a real shoulder to lean on, okay? Now also, we have the Knight of Wands. So that's your passion, your lust for life, and that joie de vivre returning. Also, it's an energy of, you know, embracing new experiences, opening yourself up to new hobbies, new people, but ultimately it's being more spontaneous, taking a leap of faith. It's also an energy of you being very headstrong and not stopping until you reach your goal. So I definitely see that you are on the up. You're going to be very successful. And with the Knight of Wands energy, I also get this increase in vitality. Okay, some of you may even travel at the end of the month, but ultimately, if you're having lots of new ideas, they are brilliant. They are enterprising. You are a maverick. Don't ignore those ideas, because I feel financially they will be very, very lucrative. So if you're actually starting something up, second stream of income, even if you're retired, some of you, you know, even though you're like, nope, not going to go back to work, you may actually do something creative because you're very gifted, very talented. And this is something that you enjoy doing. And you can actually sell that product or sell that, maybe even a course online, which will bring you more money so you can be more financially independent. But this is a month where you're going to be very productive, very passionate, and also you're going to have that lust for life. I've mentioned that. There's an energy coming through that I just can't pinpoint right now. They give me the word ambition. So yes, your ambition is increasing to get all your projects finished. But you're going to be extra creative, okay? Some of you also want to get moving. You may join the gym. But also there's a Knight of Wands there. So I really want you to be aware that there is a flirtation coming in and there's a potential here for a fling. So if you're looking for that sort of relationship, there's a potential for it. If you're looking for something more, I feel like you have to let that opportunity go, because there is, you know, a love opportunity coming in after that. Okay, so I definitely see that there. There is also the potential for someone's ex to come back and try and reach out, especially around about Halloween time is what I see here. Now, you may be tempted, but if that person, they promise the world and deliver nothing, then it's up to you. But I see someone who is more emotionally available on their way in terms of a relationship. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I'm just going to move on. That was a lot, my beautiful Virgo. I think this month is going to be jam-packed for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Okay, so we got two final cards here. You have Cat, Independent. So I definitely picked up on the energy of trying to be a little bit more independent in your circumstances. And it says here, you are a natural healer. Okay, we mentioned that earlier as well. It says your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. Okay, so remember, the universe has got your back. And when you think about cats, when they have the object of their desire in front of them, they do that little shuffle. They're actually calculating the next move. So maybe that's what this whole month is about for you. Calculating that leap, calculating that move, whether it's to relocate, whether it's to move jobs, whether it is what I see here. If you're moving jobs, I see you waiting for a bonus and getting that bonus before you leave. But I mean, that's your call. So maybe that's with the High Priestess energy, maybe you're keeping that on the down low. We also have the Puffin partnership. So there's definitely an opportunity for a partnership to come in. It says here, accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish you and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give the best results. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, you don't have to do it all. Okay, and of course, if you get an opportunity to delegate or ask someone to help, then I feel like they'd want to help you because you're always helping them. So I'm just going to go get a rune or a trinket before we close. Okay, oh, we got two runes. We have money, money, money. So we have the cattle rune. This is all about wealth, but most importantly, it's about power and fulfillment. So power as in reestablishing your power, being in a really good position to bring in material gain, but also this is about you being emotionally fulfilled as well. The cattle rune connects to your sense of self-worth. So I feel like you are growing in confidence, and I feel like you are looking at how you value yourself and how those healthy boundaries are established to teach others how to value you also. Sometimes, unfortunately, We have to teach people how we expect to be treated by how we hold ourselves. And I feel like you are standing tall, okay? And finally, we have the wheel rune. So this connects to the Wheel of Fortune, but it's the journey, okay? So some of you are really connecting and focusing on your true life's calling. There are lots of messages coming in here for you, mainly career related, I would say, because this rune connects to the career, but also this rune is about the right action. So if there is a potential or you're tempted to do something that you feel is not in your highest regard, and I couldn't imagine you'd ever do that, my beautiful Virgo, but the Devil card is there, so there may be a temptation this month, then I feel like you're picking the right action. I feel like you're doing the right thing, okay? So I will leave that there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Virgo, and love and light.